The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 90 of Rare Form. April Fools. I gotcha. It's episode 89. I was just fucking around. By the time you hear this, it will be April Fool's Day. What the hell? Don't laugh. I haven't said your name yet. Do not laugh. Do you hear me? Nod. Okay? Watch it. If you laugh again, I'm going to end this fucking thing, and no one will know who you are. Do you understand? All right, good. The guest is nodding. This guest, who is neither male nor female, will be known to you very shortly. So, December, the Rare Form residency brought you Lisa Raffel. It was a blast. January brought you Steve Isaacs. February brought you the funny Helen Hong, the comedian. March brought you Kyle Conkeal, my bass player buddy from the band Bad Wolves. And now we're in April, which means it's a new Rare Form residency co-host. And this person is someone that many of you requested. Many of you also said you never wanted to hear from this person ever again. But I don't care about you people. So I would like to welcome back my friend, one of your favorites, Miss Heidi Van Tassel.
Yay!
Hi, friend. Welcome back.
Hi.
How you doing?
Wait, Yeah, I'm good. But wait, can we go back to the part where you said that there's people that didn't want to see me?
That was bullshit. That was me making the show. Yeah, no one. Nobody.
Can we call them real quick? I have issues.
The only person that doesn't like you is the homeless man that dumped the poop on your head. That's the only person
crazy.
that I know of. Yeah.
Yeah. He hates me.
Welcome back, by the way. It's good to see you.
Hi. I'm excited.
Good.
I'm kind of nervous.
How come?
I don't know. I think it's more excited.
Like,
it's been so long.
Do you feel
so many things have happened?
What's been going on with you?
Put makeup on.
You've had a wild 6 months or so, it seems like.
Yeah, and I thought 2020 was my year, and I was like, yes. And then COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and then some other stuff, and now I'm like 2021. Okay, 2022.
Yeah. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, you may notice that Heidi has a sling on her arm. What happened to you?
Oh, can you see?
Yeah.
Well, I think I injured it a while ago, and some may say I have bad luck, but I think I have good luck. When I was in Chicago, when I lived in Chicago, I was getting done with work, and we'd had a couple drinks, and we were drunk, and I was getting in the car, and a car pulled up and asked me for a smoke, and I remember I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm sorry, I don't smoke. And they went to grab my messenger bag, and because I was so inebriated, I didn't sort of fight back, and they pulled me into the car. They dragged me by my right arm into their car, and then they were punching me in the face. It was insane.
Wait, when was this?
This was I was still touring, so I was about to go on tour, and I couldn't tour for a month. They had to get a new bass player. This was 1999. It was
it's
while
a long
ago.
time. Okay,
so I'm saying long time ago. So. Oh, no. So I'm saying, I think I tore my rotator cuff then.
Got it.
But that was interesting time. But still, it's good luck because I wasn't killed. So there we go.
I don't know. I don't know if that's how luck works. If someone attacks you and you don't die, I wouldn't call that having good luck.
No? Okay. Well.
Good luck is someone like me who's never been assaulted before. I'm the lucky one.
Okay, so you're lucky. Okay, that's how it works.
Yeah, you actually, if you want to break it down, you might be one of the most unlucky people that I've known in recent years.
Yes, I was dragged by a car, and anyhow, so I think it started then, and then I played bass and bartended and stuff, but when I was thrown in the car by the homeless man, he threw me in so hard, 2 times. After that, my shoulder just I think it my bicep was torn, so they had to 4 weeks ago. They went in laparoscopic, cleaned it out. He said it was the worst he's seen with like inflammation. And he showed me too. He's like, "Hey, do you want to see it?" And I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm good." He's like, No, just look." I'm like, "Nope, I'm good. I'm good." He's like, "Just look. It's nothing gross." And it was interesting. It was all red. And then it was before and after. So anyhow, so I have a little sling on my arm.
Okay.
Hurts, but yeah.
So how long is your recovery process here?
I think like it's a while because it's tissue.
Okay.
So it's always better to break a bone. Always. It's always better to break something because it heals faster.
Kids, you heard it here first. Break your bones.
It's always better to break a bone.
Well, shit.
Oh,
and then
it sounds so dumb.
Only
Do you want to start this over?
No, not at all. We're keeping all of this, all of it. You look lovely. It really is nice to see you.
Thanks.
You came by. You and I did like a front yard hang. Maybe 3 or 4 months ago, maybe?
Yeah. That was so nice.
It was awesome. You came over.
Because I feel like I've known you forever. I feel like you're like a brother or something. It just feels, like you're like one of those people.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, that's kind of the highest compliment one can get. But you came over and we sat on lawn chairs and just kind of caught up a little bit. And
that was fun. You
were having, at that time, a little situation with the top of your head. What else has been going on with you?
Is anybody even still like listening
people care.
to this right
people
now?
care. People care because
So this is. I feel like I want to. So bad.
This is basically, by the way, this whole episode is basically going to be Heidi's GoFundMe to get her through the next year. So let's lay it all out there.
What's weird is that it was on the top of my head. Now that guy poured shit on top of my head and he threw like weird, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, let me take a little sip of water. Hold on.
Yeah.
So I've had this thing on the top of my head for a while, like years. And I remember like hairdressers, like their comb would get caught in it. It wasn't that huge, but it was like a little mole. But it was like right here. So like not on my scalp part, like not on my part. So I was, when I was little, I had bright red hair. So I'd always get burned. But maybe I have thick hair. So anyhow, I had this thing on my head and I got really good insurance. I got a PPO. And I went in and they took a sample of it and she called me the next day and she's like, "Hey, and she left a message. She's like, "I'm going to call you on my lunch break." And I was like, okay, this isn't good. When a doctor's like, "I'll call you on my lunch break," please. So
the only worst thing is like, we need you to come in so we can talk to you.
Yes.
Like, if they can't tell you over the phone, you have like a month to live, basically.
Uh-huh.
So at least you didn't get that call.
Yeah. Well, oh my God. So I kind of knew what was coming. And she's like, she goes, "Okay, so we found it's cancerous. It's cancer." And I was like, "Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me?"
Just pile it on.
I kind of laughed. Yeah, because when I'm in pain, I laugh. So I've been laughing a lot lately. But the name of my book.
Yeah, laughing a lot.
Yeah. So he went in, there's a thing called Mohs procedure, and it's MOHS, and they go in and they take pieces of the mole off of wherever it is. Like my sister had one on her face. My sister's beautiful.
Well,
she looks like Scarlett Johansson. I'm not kidding. Like she's gorgeous, and she has a huge scar now, like right there with the same type of skin cancer. Anyhow, you're laughing at me.
No. I'm laughing at that. At the
Van Tassel.
No, I'm laughing at the idea that anyone with a mole on their face could be beautiful. It's just not possible.
No, she didn't have a mole. It's skin cancer. So it looked.
I'm kidding.
Like you can't even see. Oh,
I'm kidding.
Remember remember what was that movie where it's like moly.
Oh my
Every
God!
time he'd look at him, he'd be like, "Mole,
What the hell was that?
Even stop from saying that. Austin Powers.
That's what it was. Yes.
Mole.
Yes. So go ahead.
So anyhow, so they did it, and what they do is they take a little bit, and then you have to wait for like an hour, and they look at it, and if there's more cancer, they have to go in until they get it all out. They take like a piece of your scalp. So he came in, he's like, good news, it's all out. Okay, cool. Well, it was like that big. I mean, can't see it because it's a podcast, so right. But it was pretty big, and so he sewed it up. He put this cloth. I look like, how like when Muslim people have the thing where they, those guys, to like make. I'm not making fun. It was just like
no. I know
the white thing.
Yes.
And then I had a pressure bandage that went all the way. So I look like Spanky from like the Little Rascals when he had a tooth take. Anyhow, so I had that. So I went to my friend Dre's house to rest in her room, in like her extra room, and she was taking care of me. And she came in one day. She's like, "Are you okay?" Like the next day, and I was like, "I don't feel good." And she's like, "Pal, your face is like really big." And I looked in the mirror, and it was swollen really bad, and the pain was like it wouldn't stop. I wanted to punch somebody in the face, and my temperature was like 103, and I was like, fuck, did I get COVID while I was in there? So now I'm like, damn it. So then this was on a Wednesday. The next day was Thanksgiving. So the next day I walked into, it was Thanksgiving, and Dre was like cooking with her friend, and I walk in and they're like, oh my God. And my cheekbones are kind of high. My cheekbone was out to like here. My face looked like what's his face from Mask.
Right, of course.
From the Cher movie.
Rocky Dennis.
I look like Rocky Dennis. Like it was so anyhow. So they rushed me to Cedars. My temperature was like 103. It was awful.
Heidi.
And I had an abscess on my skull, like right underneath, and a staph infection. So my whole entire right side of my head, or my left side of my head, was swollen out to here. I had water like in my, oh my God, it was horrible.
Gross,
so they had
dude.
so I went up there. And I was there like Thursday and Friday, and no doctor. I didn't see a doctor once. I was like, I think I'm dying, like not too sure, but I feel like I'm not well. Like I woke up every morning with like a 102, 103 temperature. I'd look in the mirror and have a panic attack. They'd give me a shot because I was like, I can't breathe. Like it was huge.
Well, what were they doing?
They were waiting. It was weird because then they called my doctor, and he was like, well, I think you're fine. I think you're just having a reaction to it because that's never happened to me. So then my boyfriend came up there, and he got on the phone, and he's Persian. The doctor was too. And he yelled at him and was like, look, you get up here now because she's not well. It was Saturday. And he's like, you get up here. I don't care what you're doing. And within 45 minutes, he came in, and then they had to like, is this gross? Is it okay if I talk about it?
Listen, I love gross stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the listeners don't.
Oh, they do.
Like...
If they don't like it, they can fucking tune off. I don't give a shit. If you guys don't like it, go away. I don't want you here anyway. I'm talking to my friend Heidi. If you don't like it, turn away.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
So they had to undo the what do you call it? Like not the staples, but the
stitches.
Yeah, the stitches.
Sutures? Okay.
So he had to, So he had to undo them and let the freaking, like, the pus and stuff, the infection ooze out of my fucking head. Then I had to get a CT scan, and then there was still, like water, like, on my freaking brain or whatever it was. It was horrible. It was awful. And then when he did that, it was hot in the room, and it was my boyfriend. There was a nurse. There was another nurse, the doctor. And I guess, I don't remember much, but I guess I got up and I was like, I can't breathe. And I like freaked out. And I was like, I'm having a panic attack. And then they gave me a shot, and I was knocked out. But so I woke up to like, my head was like, so I had an open wound on my head for a week and a half. They let me out like 3 days later. So I was up there, like, it was horrible. And then, but I had a nurse, this Russian nurse, that came to my house every morning and had to like clean the wound. It looked like, I don't know, like someone said it looked like really bad road rash when you're in a motorcycle accident, like that on my head. It was open. It was disgusting.
There's two words that make my stomach kind of like turn a little bit. And one of those words is a boil. When people refer to having a boil, it like makes me so fucking sick. Oof. The other one is a word that you said a minute ago, and it's the word abscess. And the reason it grosses me out is because, like seeing the open wound or seeing an abscess, is fine. But the idea, what makes me so grossed out, is the smell of the stuff that comes out. Like, ew. I know it's gonna make me. It's making me gag. It's making me gag right now. But there's a smell. Smells? Listen to me. There is a smell to like to pus. There's a smell to pus that comes out of the body, and it's like it's like a hot sour milk type.
Ew.
Pickly kind of disgusting smell.
Oh, I don't know if I had that smell. Maybe I hope not.
I'm going to send you some links later of people popping like boil abscess zits on people's backs because these like tubes of toothpaste kind of pus shoots out.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I love that.
And everyone talks about the smell and how gross the smell is.
Really?
Well, it's putrid waste. I mean, it's like
disgusting.
Rotting.
I'm sorry I brought this up. But wait, there's more.
There is?
There's more.
Okay.
So I had to go back to the doctor every day. So I had to go to Beverly Hills to the dermatologist. I like walk in and everybody in his huge office are like, Heidi, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, you guys. And I wore like I had a bandana around my head like a worker. Like I just looked like it was insane. I had a big scarf over my head like for a month. So anyhow, so I go in the chair and he's like, okay, so next week we're going to sew you back up. And I was like, what? And he was like, we're going to sew you up. He's like, I have to close the wound or it's never going to heal. And I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. So I was like, is there any way that you can put me out? He's like, I could, but that would take like another month or two. I'd have to, whatever he had to do. I was like, okay, I'm good. So a week later, I get there. Dan, I can't even explain to you. I had to lay on my stomach. They put a thing over my head, and it was him and another doctor, 2 doctors, and they had to take my scalp, and he didn't think that he was going to be able to. Like, they were going to have to graft, like, my leg or something, skin on my leg or whatever. They had to pull together my scalp, and I could hear it, I could feel it, and I could hear them go. It was a huge ass like needle, and they had to stitch it like some sort of like horror film. And I heard the whole thing, and I almost like I was losing it. I told him, I was like, I can feel everything. He was like, that's because you're a redhead, and redheads metabolize the like the stuff that you put in your head. So we metabolize it faster. So like with even like a dentist, like I'll feel everything. I'll get a shot. You have to do it like right away or I'll feel it. Anyhow, it was horrible. And I had the thing on again, the pressure thing again. It was the worst. It was the worst pain I've ever had. The worst. So anyhow, this is like nothing compared to.
I was kidding, but
now I have a big fucking bald spot on my head.
Maybe we should start you a GoFundMe because this is horrible, dude.
It was awful, and I want everybody to go and have their heads checked.
Okay, and what was your?
I mean, like your scalp checked? Because I'm serious. Like it is. I had no clue. I had no idea. I just thought it was a tiny mole. And it clearly it
Skin cancer, I mean, people said this, say it all the time, is that skin cancer is like the sneakiest of all the cancers because, it's harder to notice or people just, it's easier to ignore. There's no pain involved usually. Anyone who spends a lot of time on boats or like like landscapers or people that just spend time outside all the time are more susceptible. So, check with your doctor. If you guys see a spot, get it checked out because you don't want to be Heidi having her skin pulled over her scalp and abscesses drained and doctors ignoring her. You don't want that, guys.
Horrible. And then, but the best is this. If you have the, not squamous cell, it's basal cell. If you have it once, there's a 67% chance it'll come back again somewhere else on your body. My sister had it on her head. She had it on her back last year. So I want everybody to just be careful and wear a hat or something. Anyhow, okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Heidi was going to be here for 5 weeks, but we're going to cut that about 4 weeks short. Because I feel like I want to throw up and I want to cry and I want to donate all my money to your bank account.
It sucked. It sucked because I'm not kidding. Like it was, and now as a woman, I feel like, it's like our boobs and our hair, like sort of, unfortunately, like not represent us. That's not the word, but that's like our, like to be like a female. And now I have a patch on top of my head that people are like this one girl was like, what happened? I was like, really?
Someone asked you that? Was this
yes.
A stranger?
A stranger, yeah, in line at the grocery store. And I was like, I had cancer. And then they're like, oh.
I can't believe someone had the balls to ask you that question. Like, that's crazy that someone would do that.
I've never understood. Yeah, I don't understand people that do that. I would never. I'd look at it and be like, I wonder what happened.
But I mean, I'm the kind of guy, like, I would see it and, like, take a picture and send it to somebody, but look at how gross this thing is on this chick's head. But I wouldn't ask the person, like, dude, how'd you get so fucked up? Like, what's that gross thing on your head,
Right.
Weird.
I don't know what it is about people that can do that. Anyhow,
when I was a little kid, my mom brought me to McDonald's. Speaking of like saying things to strangers, I was a little kid, like maybe 4 or 5, and next to me there was a woman, and I looked up to her and I said, "Hi, fat bitch," to her. I was 4 years old, and the woman looked down at me. My mom
did not.
I don't remember that. My mom tells a story, but my mom said the woman looked down at me and then looked at my mom like, "How are you raising this kid? Why would he say this to me?" And that's the kind of kid I was. Hi, fat bitch. 5 years old.
Like, where did you even hear that? So you're
probably from my mom or stepdad. Yeah, I grew up in a very wild household where like no one monitored their language or their actions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool though, right?
It is until you call a stranger at McDonald's a fat bitch. I mean,
that's not cool.
I'm sure she remembers. I'm sure she tells a story to this, unless she killed herself. To this day, she probably tells people like, one time a little boy, a cute little white boy, called me a fat bitch.
Oh my God. I bet you were cute though. So it probably was like,
oh dude, I was the cutest.
Yeah.
I was the cutest. I wish I don't have any pictures on hand, but I'll send you some after. You'll be oohing and awing all over the place.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry to start off with that.
I asked, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It's my fault.
Yeah, it's your fault. Yeah,
so
totally.
The fact that no one's listening anymore, that's all on me. don't feel bad. It's not a big deal. What have you been doing for fun lately? Been doing anything good? Anything good going on?
I've been assisting my friend, who's the actress from Sopranos, and so I've been working with her. So been doing that. We went to Georgia, and she shot a movie there with Kevin Bacon. Hello, nice. I was oh my God. Do you remember the scene in Dirty Dancing when she's like, I carried a watermelon, and then she's like, yes. I carried a
watermelon?
That was me with Kevin Bacon.
What'd you say? What'd you do?
I is very, bless you. He's
Thank you.
very like, he's very COVID aware. I don't know if that's a word or not. But he
COVID compliant.
Instead of flying, he took a tour. He rented a tour bus from his home up north and then came down to Georgia. So he's sitting there and I couldn't wait to meet him. That was the only, like, I just couldn't wait to, like, I love him so much. And we've had a few like run-ins before. Okay. And each time, like, my boyfriend was on a show with his daughter on HBO. His daughter's name is Sosie Bacon, I think it is.
Oh, she's hilarious, by the way. I've seen her on a bunch of podcasts. She's awesome.
Oh, yeah, she was really cool. So I was standing there with Kevin was next to me. I had a leather jacket on, and he said, "Nice leather," and I was like, thanks.
Good one. Way to keep the convo going.
He's the only famous person that I can't keep it together. Like, I start to sweat. I can't talk. I'm not cool. Not that I'm cool, but I can at least be like, "Hey, what's up? Hi, it's nice to meet you." And I'm like,
my first time coming to LA, I came to visit a friend of mine who moved here. It was 1998. I was 18, and when I was coming home, like going to LAX to fly back to Boston, in the span of like 25 minutes, I met Drew Barrymore, Kevin Bacon, Isaac Hayes, and Michael Bolton. Like, I was like,
where?
At LAX, all getting on planes in the same. And I was an 18-year-old kid from Massachusetts. I was like, this is the coolest shit ever.
Wow.
But Kevin Bacon
Isaac Hayes.
That was a cool one. That was a cool one.
Wow.
Chef.
Is he still alive?
No, he died.
He did, right?
He died. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He was chef.
I think for his whole life he was like holding on to meet me, and then once he met me, he like let himself go.
Yeah, I see that.
He waited for me.
I mean,
but Kevin Bacon was very nice. I understand. Like he's done some fantastic movies. Do you know his first movie?
Yes, I think I texted you, and I was like, Kevin Bacon was in Friday the 13th. Yep. I had never seen the show before or the movie before. Never.
What?
No, never.
How?
I was never allowed I just never was interested in. But I was like, oh my God, yeah, that was his first, right?
Yeah, that was his first. A lot of people got their first breaks in horror movies. Like Johnny Depp's first movie was Nightmare on Elm Street. Patricia Arquette's first movie was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's a pretty common thing. Because
and then you guys, didn't you do the Leprechaun thing? And that's Jennifer Aniston, right?
That was Jennifer Aniston. I don't know if that was her first movie, but it was like, it very well could have been, because that was 1993. So.
Oh wow.
I can't imagine she was doing a whole lot before then, but she looked like a kid.
Like a
in that
baby.
Movie. Yeah. So what's it like for you? Because like, I'm Dave Navarro's guitar tech, and he was a friend of mine. Like, first, how do you find it working for a friend?
With her, it's really it's easy and cool, and she's afraid to like boss me around, because she's like, I don't want to boss you around. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like go ahead. And then I joke and I'm like, I can't work in these conditions. This sucks. Like, but it's, and it's cool because she doesn't treat me like, when we're around people, we're such good friends that it's not like, this is my assistant. She's like, this is my, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's easy. It's cool. It's, it's.
Are you like on full time as like her assistant, or just when she's doing gigs, if she has a job, you'll kind of maybe go with her and just kind of help out? Is that kind of where you're at?
Both. I'm helping her with like computer stuff, and her mom is really sick, so I'm helping out with like house stuff, and if she needs help like getting like groceries or something, I'll go and do it. And she doesn't drive, so I'll drive her.
Wait,
places.
Why doesn't she drive?
I forget why, but when she moved here, because she drove in New York, because she has a really cool like old Bronco, which I thought of you.
She does?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I forget what year. It's really cool though, but it's in storage. And
Will
she has like
will she give it to me for free?
Maybe I can ask her. She's really cool. She's
Listen,
so cool.
if you get her to give me a Bronco, I will suck your dick.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's so okay. Wait,
I would do that for you.
Write this down so I don't forget.
Yeah, I will suck your dick completely dry if you get me a Bronco.
God,
Thank you.
That's so cool. Thank you. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
You said that she would drive in New York, but doesn't drive in LA?
I don't know why she didn't drive here. I think she was just, I don't know, because she does have a license and she can drive. I just don't think she's gotten her license here. I think she's
so weird.
Like she's afraid or what?
Usually people drive in LA and don't drive in New York.
It's like the other way around. No, but she had her license when she was like a kid in New York.
Okay.
And then she never had to drive in New York. She had cars or like a car to drive her and stuff, or taxis
I am so weirded out that kids nowadays don't care about getting their license. Like my goddaughter is she turned 19 a couple days ago, and for 3 years I'm like, dude, when are you getting your license? She's like, I don't care if I ever do. I don't really want it. I don't really want to drive. And I was like,
that's so weird.
They just want to Uber. They just want to like just be carted around. But there's nothing. I still to this day, I love getting in a car and going for a drive. I like being able to I don't want to have to. I know Uber can get there in 3 minutes or whatever, but if I want to go now. And I like getting in and putting music on or a podcast or whatever it is. I can't believe that
me too.
kids don't want to have the freedom to get up and get out and go on a road trip. Like, what are they going to do if they want to drive to Milwaukee? Are they going to Uber all the way and build experiences with some Uber driver? I don't think so.
Right. It's a different whole, I don't know, the whole, that whole generation, that Gen Z,
whatever the fuck they are.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
They're so weird. Gen X, whatever.
Yeah.
You're kind of going in and out.
I know. It happens every week.
Me as well?
No, you freeze up every now and then. It's kind of part of the fun of COVID Zoom podcasts. It's a really cool aspect.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's driving me crazy.
That whole my sister's fiance's kid, she's 18 and she doesn't have a license, and I think she might be doing it now, but I couldn't wait. I had a car before I could drive. I saved up. I saved up for my car. So you know what I mean? I couldn't wait, could not wait.
Oh yeah. I would say I had my license for maybe 3 months before I got my first car, which was a Bronco. And
oh, nice.
It was a piece of shit, but it was like my kingdom. I loved it more than anything. I could go wherever I wanted at any time. It was just having a car is the fucking best. These kids are so stupid. They're so stupid, Heidi.
It's different too. I think the work ethic, it's not there at all. It's like this, I don't know. I have mixed emotions about what's happening in the world at the moment with the whole cancel culture thing, the whole freak. I mean, it's.
Did you? Okay.
I don't know.
Can I?
I used to be a Democrat. And now I don't know what I'm right in the middle, because I'm like one more cancel of Dr. Seuss or whoever, and I might be a Republican. I'm just kidding.
Don't be a Republican.
But I mean,
Democrats.
No, but it's over. It's
the liberal thing is out of control, and there's a new one today that I wanted to talk to you about.
Enjoying the podcast? If you'd like to show support for Rareform, there are a couple of ways. Become a patron at patreon.com/rareformradio. Make a one-time donation or choose from a few subscription levels paid monthly for extra benefits. Those extra benefits include bonus episodes not available to the public, exclusive live streams, more interactions with the gang, along with other special perks that will change over time. Choose your level of donation and know that your contributions go to keeping the show running and growing, paying crews behind the scenes, and just supporting independent artists. That's patreon.com/rareformradio. You can also get Rareform merch by going to rareformradio.threadless.com. T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, all kinds of silly shit. We're constantly adding new things and limited time only goodies. That's rareformradio.threadless.com. You can also help build the show by subscribing, leaving a review, and most importantly, leaving us a rating on iTunes and Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Lastly, follow the show on Twitter and Instagram by searching @Rareform Radio. Thanks for supporting independent entertainment.
Did you hear about the
the
Uber Eats driver yesterday? Let me
yes.
I'm going to tell everyone kind of what happened, and I want to read a couple things. So in Washington D.C. yesterday, there was an Uber Eats driver who he was an older man named Mohammed Anwar, and he was a Pakistani immigrant, and he was carjacked by two teenage girls, 13 and 15. And the whole thing's on video, and they drive away in his car. He's hanging onto the car for dear life. The car crashes.
Screaming, "That's my car. Sorry,
that's my car. They're stealing my car." And the car crashes, and the guy filming runs over, and you see this old man face down with his face smashed into the pavement, and his body is twitching. And he's dead now. Like he died from this shit. And these two girls tried to flee the scene, and they've been arrested, and they're in trouble. But so Uber Eats released a statement afterwards, and they said this. They said, "We are devastated by this tragic news, and our hearts go out to Mohammed's family during this difficult time. We're grateful the suspects have been arrested and thank the Metropolitan Police Department for their diligence with investigation." Okay, that seems like a pretty nice thing for a company to put out. And then today on Twitter, of course, some dumb idiot posted this. Uber Eats made $5 billion in revenue last year, and this is all they have to say about the brutal murder of Mohammed Anwar, who was the sole provider for his family. Let's force their hand. Boycott Uber Eats. And everyone's retweeting this, and with the hashtag boycott Uber Eats.
Why would you boycott Uber Eats?
I'm sorry. Did Uber kill this dude? I don't understand what the fuck the deal is. So they're upset that their statement, they didn't have to put a statement at all, but they're like this sympathetic, like they're feeling for the guy and his family, and people are up in arms that it's just not enough. They didn't say enough. They're not doing enough. And people are jumping down their throats saying it's such a rich company. They should be paying the family. They should be paying for his funeral, paying for all this shit. First of all, maybe they are. We don't know. Maybe they are going to take care of the family. But also,
right.
It's not their fucking responsibility. Like,
right.
Let's blame.
What about the...
Go ahead.
No, go. No, you go ahead.
No, let's
blame what?
How about the accountability should fall on the 13 and 15-year-old girl who stole the car and killed this fucking guy, not the company.
Yes.
They had nothing to do with it. And these people are just like, everyone just wants to be angry, wants to be mad at businesses, and your apology isn't quite enough. How about $1 million? Well, why? Okay, maybe. Like I said, maybe Uber will pay the family. Just they don't have to do anything, by the way, but maybe they will help out. I can't handle this like constant anger.
I didn't know that this happened. And then I follow Vincent Gallo, who I love him. He's a little out there sometimes, and I mean, he's a little bit, but I used to wait on him all the time, and so I know him a little bit. And he's really a sweet, he's really a nice guy. Anyhow, I read what he wrote, and I had no idea. And did you know that?
What did he write?
When this guy. He wrote, do you want me to read it?
Yes, if you can find it, go for it.
I'll read you just a few of the notes. I have them right here. Hold, please.
You do that.
Hold.
I will hold. You do what you got to do. I'm going to sit here getting angrier and angrier because I'm going nuts with this shit. I can't handle it.
So some of the things that he said I don't agree with some of the stuff he said. And what sucks for a white girl like myself, I'm very, very white, is that if I say anything, I don't want to say the ethnicity of the two girls, because this could happen with anything. But he laid there and died in a video just like we watched George Floyd do. Where's the outrage about this? Where's the outrage of this poor Pakistani man? Like, it gets me, like, it's not the same at all. I get it.
Yeah.
But like this should be all over the news. And I didn't even know anything about it. It wasn't like breaking news on my phone. You know what I mean? And I guess CNN called it an accident.
Mm-hmm.
And that's shitty because it's not an accident. This guy was murdered.
Well, then...
What do you feel about that?
I saw a little bit of the outrage about CNN too, and it's weird because I don't know... The video I saw, you don't see the actual crash, but like the girls were trying to steal a car, and they crashed and flipped it, and the guy went flying and hit his face and died. So
I didn't see the video at all.
Oh, the video is very, very sad. It's really sad.
I think I would get too. I get too, like, even with the shooting in Boulder, the next day I laid in bed. I was just sobbing because I was just like, oh, like I can't even imagine.
The world is a very heavy and painful place.
Yeah.
And as you know, one weirdly beautiful thing about COVID is that we had basically a year free of tragic, senseless murders. I mean, by the way, there was 500,000 very avoidable deaths, but still, like, I tweeted last week, like, I'm going to know that we're fully back as a country when we got our first school shooting. That's when I know that we'll be back to normal. But like the guy and why are they all 21-year-old white guys? Why are they these young, like? Well, this guy wasn't white. The shooter,
he was Middle Eastern, right? He was
Syrian.
But why are they so young? Like, what's happening?
I think Bill Maher said the other night that it's so much of it has to do with incels and people that just can't get laid, or just like these angry.
Is that what these guys? Oh yeah, that first guy was too in Atlanta, right?
It happens. Of course. I mean, sex addiction, and these women turned him on, so may as well kill them to turn off my attraction, or like, people are fucking crazy.
It's nuts.
So.
But this guy in Boulder, he actually went through like all the tests and stuff to get the gun. So it's not like he didn't. Like, he went through all his background checks were good, and he waited, and
it was legal. I mean,
I might not be making sense. Sometimes I feel like I'm all over the place with that, but
that's fine. Because, well, here's the thing: is that with a lot of these things, there's not just one way to look at stuff. If we want to be smart and actually try to make change or figure out how things should work, you have to look at it from all angles, and there's not one perfect answer for gun control. If you outlaw guns now, by the way, there's 350 million people in this country. There's 450 million guns. So if you outlaw guns tomorrow, you're never gonna get them back. So that's off the table. Reform and background checks, and there's ways to make these things more avoidable. But I don't know. What did Vincent Gallo? Did you find the Gallo stuff?
I can't. I had it. Yeah, but I haven't watched the news in a while, just because it's hard for me to like even like grasp how those people must have the fear and the oh god. Anyhow, so he was saying that he didn't say some nice things about these girls. So I'm not going to say, like, he said that that in the video, while the victim was alive, laying face down and still moving, several National Guardsmen casually walked around ignoring the dying man, yet chose to rush and fetch the murderer's phone for her, because one of the girls, she was concerned that she couldn't find her phone. So this young girl who just carjacked, she lost her phone, and they like stepped over the guy on the ground and found her phone for her. Like, anyhow, I didn't know any of that.
Like, it's weird. Like, if you watch the video, it's so confusing because, like, when they get to the car, the National Guard is trying to help the girls out. I don't think they realized that it was a carjacking. They don't know who the guy on the sidewalk is. The car drove like a couple blocks before it crashed. So the guys that are helping, they don't know what the deal was, but people read up and said, those girls, they stole the car. Like they did this, get them. And then the National Guard hold the girls. They do eventually like hold them. But like, I think the reason they didn't tend to the guy is because you're also told when someone's in an accident, don't move them, don't do anything. And also, if you look at the video, it's pretty fucking clear that this guy is not going to make it. I mean, his face is flat against the pavement. Like, his whole face is crushed. So there's no, he's not going to make it. It's super sad. And thank you once again, guys. Thanks for listening to our comedy podcast. It's good. It's good to be here. Just to laugh a minute tonight. God damn.
So maybe you know what? I shouldn't even say this. What he wrote. Just go read what Vincent got.
Is it bad? Is it bad? Or like, what is it? What did he say?
No, it's talking about diversity. He was talking about how where are the parents? Who are their parents? Arrest them.
That's stupid.
Let's see. Some of
that's really stupid.
Now that I read it, it's like, but he said, undesirable outcomes are not evidence of institutional or systematic racism. In fact, if you're Black, you have a great advantage in America today. Anyone who denies this is lying or is ignorant to the reality of affirmative action in schools and businesses. And now that I read this, I don't
what the fuck
like it at all.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I saw it. I was like, that's really interesting. And now I'm like, nah, it's whatever.
Does he really think there's an advantage to being Black in America? Is he out of his fucking mind?
I think he's talking about now. And I see it with having people in my life that are in the movie business. Mm-hmm. And they're having it's kind of hard right now for a white guy or a Middle Eastern guy like my boyfriend to get a job right now. Cause it's
cool. So I'm fine with it for now, like, hey, listen up. Listen up, white folks. We've had a good run. It's been, a couple thousand years of complete dominance. So if we're going to take a back seat for a minute, so be it. I mean, that's okay, cool. Like, let's take our lumps for a little bit. Right. No problem.
It's funny because I shouldn't even talk about it because I care, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm good. Like, I don't, I have, my uncle's Black, my cousin's Black. So I see the stuff that my uncle goes through. He's he's like 62. He looks like Danny Glover, and he lives in Rockford, Illinois, which is like it can be really bad. And he's terrified. He's 62. He's terrified every time he drives. Because he's scared. Like, if he sees a cop, he's scared of getting pulled over. He's scared of getting he's 62. He's like a distinguished looking man. And that's instilled in them at a young age, and that really fucking sucks. So anyhow. Yep.
I have
that's fun.
I know a guy who's part of a mixed race couple. He's Black and his wife is somewhat white, right? And they have 2 children, and one of the kids came out like completely Black, and the other kid came out like 100% white. Like, they don't look like their brother and sister, but they have had to have separate conversations with, like, you guys are going to be treated differently, and this is what you need to understand. Like,
that's crazy.
He's going to have a better life than you. You're going to have a tougher time, and it's just kind of the way it is right now. But, like, explain to children that
nuts.
You guys are brother and sister or whatever, but you're not going to have the same life. That's fucking weird.
Did you see the woman? It was upsetting. Of course, I cried and cried and cried. The woman who they were trying to sell their home, and she had pictures up of her. She was white. No, she was black. Her husband was white, and she had pictures of them all over the house. And they came in to appraise the home, and it was like $250,000 less than what it should have been. And then she was like, "What the hell is happening?" So she took down all the pictures and got another appraisal, and it was the right price.
Wait, she was black?
And I was like, yeah. So because it was a black owned.
So people,
isn't that crazy?
People walk in and be like, "Oh,
still to this day,
why do you have a picture with yourself and your parole officer? This is a very strange." Wow, crazy! Like people are so stupid.
So weird. But
That's gross.
but I didn't believe it at first. I was like, that can't happen. It's 2021.
What a
and
shame.
Sure enough, yeah, it's horrible. So I'm sorry that I shouldn't have. Don't go read Vincent Gallo stuff because now that I read it,
whenever I hear his name, I cannot help but think about the movie The Brown Bunny. So if you guys don't know, The Brown Bunny is a movie that Vincent Gallo directed, and in it he gets an actual blowjob from Chloe Sevigny, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
But like, he comes in her mouth and everything, and they show.
I forgot about that.
They show all of it, and he's the director of the movie, and it's like a full-on porn shot. And as far as like from a filmmaker's, you haven't seen it?
I didn't see that.
Really? Oh, like it's full on. Like it's just like a single camera shot of her blowing him, and like he comes in her mouth and everything, and apparently. By the way, he made her do it twice to make sure they got the right take.
Stop it.
2 takes.
Stop.
So
this is true. This is a real story.
100% true. 100% true. Yeah.
Is Christina Ricci's in it too, right?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. She definitely didn't blow him in the movie, but what are your thoughts artistically? Like looking at that artistic, like what are your thoughts on that whole scenario?
About having watching, I think that's porn. I don't know. I guess artistically, sure, but
yeah, being the director and also the actor and writing a scene where you get a blowjob from a beautiful actress.
I think it's disgusting. I think he's like some filthy man, like older guy that's like, "Hey, baby, so yeah, let's do it twice though. Oh, yeah, let's cut. Let's see. The light
I don't know if we got it
right. Like,
I don't know if we got it.
That's gross. I'm so over everything right now. I honestly am over guys like that. I'm just over I'm over it all actually right now. That's disgusting. I didn't know that.
Really?
That's really gross. Yeah, I didn't know that.
You should.
But has she complained about it?
No. I mean, she's
part of the film. Like,
yeah. I mean, she knew what the role was, and she's a great actress who is
I love her so much.
She is an actress who's not afraid to take risks and go, outside of most people's comfort zones, and she's fucking awesome. So
right.
It's not I don't think she said anything about it, and I'm not saying anyone is. I'm just curious your thoughts as a woman, or just whatever. Is it just your thoughts in general, I guess?
You know what? Probably if I was younger, I probably would have done something like that. I mean, look, I laid on there's a picture of me naked with a skull on my crotch for the band. It's in a book at Wacko. You can go to Wacko on Sunset. And it's in a book called, I forget what the book's called, but like, please. Now, would I do that? Absolutely not. Are you kidding me? No.
I think you would look pretty. By the way, I think you look pretty cool with a sling and your boobs out and a scar in your head. I think you'd be pretty good. Yeah.
So cool.
I think you may want to work on this.
But maybe as a young person, when you're all into like, artsy films and you're doing that, maybe, I guess, because I did stuff that I'm like, but I wonder if she's like, oh God, why did I do that? I doubt it though.
I don't know her. I don't even think I even know anyone who knows her, but I can't imagine she's someone who regrets it. I don't think she
my friend Dre knows her. She's, I think she's so cool that she's probably like, nah, I did it. It's for the film.
It's memorable. I mean, the movie fucking sucks for the most part, and as a dude I watched because of that, and it is the best part of the movie, if you ask me. But
I'll have to watch it now.
Yeah, at least go to any porn site and you can watch the scene, anywhere.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it's porno. It's like
right.
The camera almost couldn't be closer to the two of them, and it's just one shot of a blowjob from the beginning to the end.
Oh my God.
Yep.
It makes me uncomfortable. I've become this woman that's like, if I had a yard, I'd be like, get off my yard, like that. Like, I feel like I'm like this, like, what are you doing?
When did that happen to you?
When what?
When did you
I changed like this?
Yeah. When did you become a square?
Like last week, I think. I don't know. Like, I'm just kidding.
It's very new. Okay. Because I definitely, as I get older, I find myself wanting to do less and less, and just like, so I live on kind of a main road, and sometimes people walk by on Friday, Saturday night, and they're a little bit loud, and I am the guy like looking through the blinds, like open the blinds and be like, who is out there? Who are these kids? Who are these little rapscallions? That is me now. Like, there is a certain point we get to where like you become neighborhood watch and get very
over
annoyed.
At my boyfriend's house. The neighbors up above him, they have a child who I'm like, is this kid like 100 pounds and he's like 2? Like, what the hell? Like, he's running back and forth, and I'm like, come on. And my boyfriend's like, it's okay. Like, he's just a kid. And I'm like,
my God.
What? This is crazy.
My upstairs neighbor.
Go talk to him.
My upstairs neighbor is a very, very good friend of mine. I've known her for over 20 years, but she had a boyfriend a few years back who, like, I swear he was wearing like clogs or something, and he's the kind of guy that would wear shoes like every minute of his waking hours up until he went to bed. And it's hardwood floors above us. So he'd just be clomping around like a horse all the time. And it drove me insane. Like,
it's like the Geico commercial.
Which one?
The cloggers. Have you seen that? They're talking about they said, no, it's like that. Remember that you haven't seen it?
Listen,
it's a whole family of cloggers.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I'm losing you. Like I'm losing you. Like
I'm here.
It's like you go real slow.
Fucking goddamn internet. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm here.
Christ.
Do you have me now?
Yes.
All right, good.
Can I ask you something?
Yes, of course. Have you
seen? Speaking of like all this like stuff, art and stuff, have you seen the Woody Allen documentary?
Not yet. I am very much looking forward to it. I have heard almost everybody be disgusted by it and believe all the allegations. And then I had a conversation with a friend the other day who doesn't believe it, and I was a little bit shocked.
It's weird, right? I went into it with so I have a friend that grew up in the same building as Mia and her kids. She grew up a very wealthy New Yorker. Okay. And she told me that Mia was abusive to the kids, that she was a scorned woman. She was just pissed that, that Woody ran off with her. So I've always thought that, like, I'm always like, oh, that's too bad. Like, Mia's nuts. Well, after watching it, no, I feel so bad for her. He's disgusting, and she's a good mom, and she adopted all these beautiful children that have like, like physical and mental, like, what's that called? Like, disabilities. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, like, I just felt for this girl. I felt for Mia because it's Woody. And Woody, I love him so much. I love all of his films. I'm a huge fan of his.
I never understood the Woody Allen thing. I've never, like, friends have tried to get me to watch the movies, and I'm watching them. I'm like, I don't understand how anyone finds these good. I know I'm in the minority, but his humor just is not funny to me at all.
I can see there's some things that are like, but I've always, so it was hard for me to like even like think that he could do something like that. But the telltale thing is that he was sleeping with this his girlfriend's daughter, who they think they started when she was like 16 at the time, and looked at him as a father figure. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. And people are like, well, she was so mad that she told her daughter to say that she abused him. But it's like, no, she was pretty cool actually, because I would have fucking lost my shit. I would have lost my shit.
Maybe,
and
but
Mia was pretty cool. You gotta watch it.
I'm going to. I'm going to watch it. But it is possible that she could be that upset that she could make it up. I mean, it is a possibility.
Yeah, and I've seen that before. So I was sort of in the middle, waiting to and there's still a tiny, tiny little part of me that's like I'm watching this girl talk Dylan, and I'm like, is she telling the truth? But I feel like she's, I don't know. I feel it in her,
right,
her thing. And then her brother Ronan, I love him so much. And
you mean Frank Sinatra's son?
Yes, isn't that crazy? Come on, there's no Woody Allen in him at all.
There is literally zero possibility that his father is not Frank Sinatra.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
It's insane.
Speaking of Frank Sinatra.
Yes.
Are you a Frank fan?
I love Frank Sinatra.
Have you heard his song called Hot Tub Time?
No.
Okay. It's funny enough, I had this queued up. I want to play something for you, okay? And then we're going to have a discussion because you're a musician and I want to get your take on this, okay? Let me know if you can hear this.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's Christmas time and you know what that means. Oh, it's hot tub time.
Hot tub time.
As I like the tree.
Have you heard this before?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. It's hot tub time.
He's actually saying it's hot tub time?
Yeah. Okay. So you get the idea, right? You hear it. Now, check this out. That song is not Frank Sinatra. That song, someone made... Okay, this fucking blew my mind. My music partner sent me this the other day. He sent me that song.
Oh, is that Toby Huss?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's a guy I dated that I'm friends with.
No.
That does a Frank.
No.
Sorry, go on. Okay, go on.
So that song that you just heard, Frank Sinatra, Hot Tub Time, someone made a program and they sent all Frank Sinatra's entire catalog into this program, and artificial intelligence wrote Hot Tub Time and sent it back out. No musicians played on it.
What?
Nobody sang that. Nobody wrote the words. A computer program, beginning to end, made that song, wrote it, and put it together. No one performed it or programmed anything. Yeah, it's called the project is called OpenAI, and you can go check out. They did it with Nine Inch Nails and Simon and Garfunkel and Tupac and Bon Jovi. I mean, the Sinatra one. I mean, listen to this. So no one's playing instruments. No one programmed this. A computer.
I don't get it.
Program made this. How fucking wild is that, dude?
That's crazy. I don't understand it, but I don't like it. That means that
and if you listen to it, the quality's really bad, and if you listen to all these songs, they sound like they're coming from hell. They sound like there's something very off and freaky about them. And my buddy described it. Let me tell you his quote. It's such a perfect way to describe it. And my buddy, he's my music partner, and he's a fucking genius. And he said, I feel like these are like getting in the mind of a robot child on acid trying to understand music. So odd. It is. It's like an alien. It's like an alien trying to learn what Frank Sinatra sounds like and mimicking it.
So it's okay. So when I went to Georgia, the reason why my friend did this movie in the first place was like the lead is it's Kevin Bacon and it's Machine Gun Kelly, who I didn't even know he was. Nice kid. But Travis Fimmel, who is now like my best friend. I love him. Him. And he named an emu after me and Dre. Like he's amazing.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know who he was, but he's in Vikings, a show.
Okay, I've heard of Vikings. I've never seen it though.
I've never seen it either, but he's in a show that I started to watch on HBO called Raised by Wolves. Have you seen that?
Nope.
It's Ridley Scott, and he's amazing in it. But the show's amazing. But they have these robots, clones or whatever. That's what it sounds like, because that's what they're like. They're talking like different people, and like that's creepy.
It's wild, and
I don't
some
like
of them.
that at all.
I mean, some of them are really.
But it reminds me of that show.
Some of them are really bad. Like the Nine Inch Nails one, it's you can tell it's Nine Inch Nails, and but it's off. And there's a Bon Jovi one, and all the quality is bad, but like it's so detached. It's so. There's something missing.
There's no soul to it.
Soul,
there's
that's
no,
it.
Like, yeah,
soul,
there's
that's
no
exactly
soul
what it is.
So wait, so you put in a bunch of the music, like the music, and then they come out with what they think like
kind
would
of
be a song,
like
by like Frank Sinatra.
You input certain things that you want.
Why would you even want to?
You input certain things that you want it to kind of mimic and learn from, and then it like spits out its interpretation of Mariah Carey or Radiohead, and
so weird.
It's fucking wild, and a lot of artists are worried because let's say that you're Pearl Jam and a movie wants to license your music, and you say no. Now they can just mimic your music and don't have to pay you a fucking dime.
Wow.
So we're gonna get to a point where like you're not going to hear actual band music in TV shows or music. You'll just hear, oh, that sounds just like Machine Gun Kelly, but it's not, because it's just a computer program imitating what he would do.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
That's super creepy and nuts. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. But like, I'll send you the website where you can listen to all the shit. But it's like with headphones on, it's super uncomfortable because the soul is missing. It's like talking to it's like a mannequin, or like people make those robots that talk and everything. And it's not quite right.
It's like that movie Her. I love that movie so much with Joaquin.
Fantastic. Yep.
Phoenix.
Yep.
Love that movie. It's like that. Like
by the way, when you say Joaquin, you don't need to clarify by saying Phoenix. We know who Joaquin is.
Right. Joaquin.
Yeah.
Joaquin. Walk. Yeah. I call him Walk.
Well, that's cool.
He's a good guy.
That's an incredible movie, and I think that as we go on, artificial intelligence is going to get more powerful and more perfect. And once they make like sex dolls or sex robots that are like fully lifelike, I don't think people are going to have real life partners anymore.
No, I mean, why?
Like really, if you could spend
it's easy,
15, 20 grand on a robot that will like do whatever you want. It can cook, it can drive you somewhere, it can have sex with you, it can be quiet when you want to just shut it off. Like if Siri became a human being or something, it'd be kind of nice. Sometimes it'd be kind of nice.
That's dreamy.
Yeah. Right? Like no arguments, no taking up room in the bed. Yeah.
Arguments. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Come on, 2040. I'm ready.
Jesus.
I have a bunch more to talk about, but let's save it for next week. Hopefully, I'll have a better internet connection by next week. Sorry about that.
Wait,
what do you got?
Wait, I had a list. I wanted to say something. Oh, I was talking to this guy who was doing my shoulder, like the PT part, and he was talking about how he watches this show on Twitch, which is like a live app. Have you seen that before?
Yeah, I know what it is, Grandma. Yes.
He said there's a Dungeons and there's a Twitch thing.
Yes.
Get off my lawn. But it's a D&D thing, and it's like 5 hours long. It's live. I was like, what? Because I was asking him if he's seen Breaking Bad, because he was talking about shows. I'm like, oh, I really love Breaking Bad. He's like, I've never seen that. I'm like, well, what do you watch? He's like, I watched this live D&D show, and I was like,
dude.
Oh wow! So, but just a cool little thing. My dad was best friends with Gary Gygax, who created Dungeons and Dragons. Did I talk about this before?
What a story!
Gary Gygax.
Amazing. He knew Gary Gygax? Holy fucking shit.
He was a Jehovah's Witness. He's the guy who created Dungeons and Dragons.
What? Oh my God, that's amazing. Of all the people to know.
I wanted to go out with something cool, because all we talked about was my fucking head and my shoulder. Anyhow, he was a Jehovah's Witness, and he named his daughter Heidi as well.
This is God!
That's fantastic.
That's like knowing Henry Ford or Steve Jobs. Holy shit, Gary Gygax. That's amazing. Can you? Oh my God, Heidi! Can you please get me his autograph? That's incredible.
He died.
Oh
He's not with us anymore.
My heart
R.I.P.
I am in pieces over here. I am beside myself. I can't believe that Gary Gygax is gone after all these years and all of his incredible contributions.
You know who he is, though?
No. No, I have no fucking clue who he is.
Gary Gygax was the creator of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I know.
He was a Jehovah's Witness, and then he became dysfunctional because he was good friends with my dad. They would go from door to door.
Heidi.
Then he was part-time with. Did I tell the story already?
You just told me all that. You literally you just told me all this.
When?
Like a second ago. You just told the same story twice.
I know. No, wait. No, I didn't. no, like.
Heidi, do you smell toast? Hang up and call 911. You're having a stroke. You're currently everyone watching this on YouTube. You're seeing a woman have a stroke.
Wait, I said no. I didn't say this like earlier. Did I?
No,
I didn't.
No, you told the story back to back the exact same way about. You know who he is, Gary Gygax, the guy.
Didn't know if you can.
Yes, I can.
No, because you were making fun of me, so I didn't know if you heard what I said. So yeah, Listen, it was really fun. This has been a really fun time, and
dude, this is gonna go down in history as the Gary Gygax episode.
That's the worst.
No, this is the Gygax episode. Amazing.
Oh,
I literally like when Todd and I when Todd and I started this show, we made it a point that we wanted to mention Gary Gygax every show, and it took us.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
that's so awesome. I'm taking off my glasses.
We forgot to do it the first 88 episodes, but now that we're on track, we got Gygax in the lexicon. We're going to be talking about Gygax every week for 5 weeks. Thank you for that. I'm
so happy that I could bring that to. I'm so happy.
That was really fun. That was a really special moment. That was good. Thank you for that.
You scared me. I thought I said it in the beginning of the show. That's why I got a little scared. Like I was like, wait a second.
No.
I thought you said
Heidi,
I told it before.
It's much worse. You told it back to back.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You told it back to back.
No, but because I thought that you didn't hear me because you were laughing hysterically at me.
I was laughing because I heard what you said. That's why I was laughing. Heidi, where can
I'm
people
sorry.
where can people find you on social media?
Heidi Sabrina on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Heidi Sabrina on Twitter.
But you're not super active on Twitter. You're mostly an Instagram person, right?
Yeah, I'm more Instagram. Yeah. I think.
Would you like my male fans to send you dick pics to your Instagram?
Love it. Thank you so much.
Okay, hit up Heidi Sabrina. She wants to see your dicks. Do you like boobs?
Wait a second.
If you like boobs,
I love boobs.
Okay.
Listen, you know what? I'd rather have a picture of boobs than a dick. Sorry, but
okay. Well,
like, it's so weird to get a picture of a dick sometimes.
I have, for me, it's weird all the time, but I have analytics now, and I think 91% of my audience is female. So if you guys are listening, send Heidi, pop in her DMs and show. Yeah, that's what it told me, which seems, that seems
how
wrong.
How do they know that?
Well, they can tell from metadata and where people sign up from and accounts they use or something.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know who they are, but yeah, it's predominantly women. So if you guys are listening, Heidi wants to see your boobs. I don't. Send them to her. She'll love them. You can follow us at Rareform Radio. If you're listening on iTunes, please pop in, give a review. It's very helpful. 5 stars, a good review. Thanks for laughing, Heidi.
Maybe not on this one.
No, on this one. If you're watching on YouTube, please take a second and like the video and subscribe. You know, we do this stuff. We have a good time. We give you free entertainment. And if you want more content, you can go to patreon.com/rareformradio, where we do director's cuts and extended versions and free shows per month. And I kind of I've started treating it like a blog a little bit, where I'll kind of like share stupid little videos throughout the day and thoughts on the world. So if you give a shit, you can go there. I'm sure Heidi and I will be doing something on Patreon this month for a little extra stuff. But I think that's it.
I would really love to know this. Maybe we can talk about it next time. The girls, since they're all like girls that listen to this, the girls that have those really long nails, how do you go to the bathroom? Just curious. That's what I think of all the time. So I'm just, if any girls want to,
I've had the same thought, and I can only assume that they piss and shit and then just pull their pants up and just go about their day.
That's it, right? Because
Gotta be.
Yeah. Okay.
Or if you have a bidet, that would be the only way it's acceptable. But in America, there's not a whole lot of bidets going on.
That's true.
So
sorry, I thought I'd leave on that note. So
I love it. Well, Heidi, it is very good to have you back. Thank you so much for joining me this month for the month of April. We're gonna have a good time.
Thank you for having me.
If you're listening today on Thursday, it's also opening day for baseball. And I am very excited to think about to get back to watching.
Do you like? Oh, do you like the Red Sox?
Red Sox fan. Yep. Red Sox fan. And a year ago, when the world was like just beginning to fall apart, I could not have cared less about sports, and watching baseball was like bittersweet because, first of all, the team was terrible, but also I just felt like people shouldn't be playing sports, even though it was a nice distraction. I have a tough time with it. Oh my God. I'm so mad at you. I have a bone to pick with you, but I'm going to save it till next week.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. So next week,
Gary Gygax?
No, but we're gonna talk about him.
I can't wait. I have a great story about him, by the way.
I bet you do. I can't wait to hear it. No, you guys, Heidi, and we'll talk about it next week, is an anti-vaxxer. But we'll get into it next week. No, thank you for tuning in, everybody. This is Dan Cleary, your host, and Heidi, the anti-vaxxer, as my guest for the month of April. We're going to have a great time. I'm going to make a note, but we will talk about vaccines next week because you do have some thoughts, right?
Oh, my God. Okay. Right. Yes, okay. I do.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll save it. Heidi, great to see you. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And remember that tomorrow is just the future's yesterday. Bye.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.